Hi, Dawn Ventry with IEP Advocacy Mama. I am here today to talk a little bit about why I do this. Why do I make these videos? Why do I write these articles? My daughter, who was diagnosed with her learning disability when she was 3.5 years old, started kindergarten several years ago. And we informed the teacher that we would like to have her evaluated. And 3 days later, on a Friday night, we received an email that was basically like, your child is great and wonderful and blah, blah, blah. She's just the sun, the moon, and the stars. But she just can't keep up with the other kids. So not all kids belong in a traditional classroom setting. Have a great night. Yeah. So I responded back and included her boss and her boss's boss on my reply, which was like, wow, what you've just described is the child find process. And as we discussed, we do want to have our child evaluated. So please send me the paperwork on how we can get that done. There was a lot of pushback, and me and my husband, really talked to everybody we could. My sister's a teacher, my brother-in-law's a teacher, my best friend's a para. We spoke to everybody we could. We got as much information we could about our rights. We did research online. We went back and forth. We spent probably 3 or 4 days straight just trying to find out what we could, do, and didn't sleep at all. We did end up fighting with the school district. They did eventually get my child evaluated and do all that. It was a process like no other. It was awful. And I learned that a lot of parents got similar emails and chose to pull the children out of the school. I learned that they were talking to parents of children that came into the school with IEPs and tried to convince them to leave. And a lot did. I found out that the knowledge that we had gained from having relatives that were teachers and from having friends that work in school districts and from the research we were able to do is not always easy for everybody to find. And we wouldn't have known a lot of it had it not been for my sister and my brother-in-law knowing so much about the process of child find. So while we were able to help my child, I realized that a lot of parents were not. So I went back to school and studied social justice, legal studies to become an advocate in a special education setting. But I also like to make these videos and articles to spread as much information and knowledge as I can to parents who are just starting the process, or maybe they're in the process and they don't have the money to devote to hiring an advocate, and they don't have the time to devote to researching their putting food on their table. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's completely understandable, and I get that. And I feel that this information should be available to everybody, and this information should be open to everybody. You shouldn't have to pay for it. In the United States of America, we have this wonderful thing called FAPE. FAPE is a free and appropriate public education for all. It's free and appropriate. You shouldn't have to pay somebody to know this information. Now, does that mean you'll never need an advocate? I don't know. I don't know what your school district's like. I don't know what your child's journey is like. If you need an advocate, that's something I've posted about in other videos and articles, talks to you how to find one in your area to work in your school district for your child. I will tell you that a lot of the process of getting your child evaluated and getting your IEP started is the hard part. So I try to post as much information as possible to help you get that process started, because you should be able to do that without having to hire somebody to do that, because it is a free and appropriate public education that your child has a right to. And I will continue to write and post videos and answer questions that are sent to me on our website. If you go to IEPadvocacymama.com, you can like the page, you can subscribe to the newsletter. There's also a button where you can ask questions. If I can point you in the right direction, I will. So I hope that you find information that you need from me. If not, I'm sorry. I can't help everybody. But I hope that I at least give every parent an understanding that they are not alone. There are resources out there, and I wish you the best luck on your journey. Again, have a great day.